Hello everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you'll be watching this video. Welcome back everyone. So wonderful to see you today. Even though I had seen some of you last night, we had a very long, into-depth discussion, and I've decided to follow it up with a summary of the points we made. We talked about many things. Therefore, it would be nice to have those bullet points, to have those main aspects for a particular subject. And the name of the video was actually made out of a question. Should I help my Ukrainian lady during the quarantine? What should I do? How should I help? And so on and so forth. It was a great discussion. Thank you so much, everyone. I cannot put into words how incredible it is to be a part of this interaction and how encouraging that is for me. There is no words to express it, but I will express it with this video, helping you to make a little bit of an order in your mind on how to deal with this. And in this particular video, we're gonna discuss the main aspects of the main questions you need to ask, the main aspects of how to continue the relationship during the quarantine, how to make sure that your Ukrainian lady is not struggling, and of course she can be from any other country as well, and of course also how to not be taken advantage of, because that is also part of the experience. I would like you to pay attention that in this video we are not going to talk about scammers, webcam models and all of the other people who are there strictly for their financial benefit. We are going to talk about real ladies you had met, and you had committed, or you had become you had committed a crime. No, and the committed relationships you are in, whether you are yet in a fiance visa process or you are just going on the next level in your relationship, I will make a separate video to talk about scammers, unreliable people, and just women that are not there for the faint of heart. How to define it and how to not become a victim. But this video, let's talk about real love, real connection, real relationships, real plans that had fallen apart, and things like that. So I was quite surprised when I get a letter from a subscriber who was asking whether he should help his Ukrainian lady that he has a relationship with. They had experiences together and they are going serious, they are exclusive, and so on and so forth. And I received a lot of similar questions, so I felt it is a really important time to talk about this. Honestly, what I could really possibly answer to this? Could I just say, no, you should not help her? It's quarantine. You should check her survival skills. You should see if she can make it, if she's a strong woman and she can do everything by herself. You should see if she's a warrior. You should see if another man will take care of her during the quarantine. Or you should just disappear and then check on her once it's over. Maybe she'll still be there. Of course, I'm being silly and sarcastic, but there is no other answer than yes, of course. You should help her. And one of my subscribers corrected me and he said the video should be named How to Help Her. First of all, you do need to understand that things in Ukraine are a lot tougher than anywhere in US. That's a reality. For Ukrainian economy, it is quite a serious hit, serious damage to livelihood of people. And if you have somebody that you truly care about, maybe it's not even your fiance, maybe it's your Russian language teacher, your Ukrainian language teacher, your favorite blogger, uh, somebody who provides you any kind of service, your friend. Maybe you become friends with certain families in Ukraine. I have to tell you that it is a wonderful time to be of help. It's not about just being an altruist and throwing money or whatever you can help with, but it's about stepping up when things are tough. Things are tough. I live in Michigan right now, but I have family in Ukraine. I have a lot of friends in Ukraine. I grew up in Kiev, and I would not wish this to anyone in the world, not even to my worst enemies, to go through this kind of default and things falling apart. So the question, the answer number one is yes, of course, you should help if you can somebody that you genuinely care about. You should reach out and do it anyway. A lot of people will be very shy or uncomfortable to ask for help. A lot of Ukrainian people have a lot of pride. Even if you have a fiance or a girlfriend or a lady, she may or may not ask you. It's a different question why some people are so prideful that they are willing to hurt themselves before they allow somebody to help them. And I may expand on this in a different video. At the same time, you have to be able to discern and see through things. If and answer important questions. The question number one: how have you been helping your Ukrainian lady before the quarantine? Have you been a provider? Have you been supporting her? Have you made plans of being exclusive and being together? Is she responsive to that? How your relationship have been developed? Because honestly speaking, if you are in a committed relationship, you probably have been already helping. I cannot tell you the exact right amount, wrong amount. It depends on so many things, and once again, this depends on the strengths of your relationship, of your connection, and also on the level of your trust. By any meaning, I do not recommend you support somebody who you have trust issues with. That definitely would not be the right thing to do. Supporting somebody who you can't even trust, who is somebody of concern. If you feel that, you should make more research. You can feel free to reach out to me, just sharing a story or asking a question. You can do that. You can also use your own logic. You can make some researches, things like iPhones, diamonds, even the fur coats, which I personally love. Probably not the first priority during the quarantine. Would you agree with that? During the quarantine, we want to make sure that the other person is surviving, has a peace of mind. You want to make your lady feel that you are, in fact, a provider and you are a competent man, confident man that has strengths and knows exactly what he's doing. So you do not need a command, you don't need a request, you don't really need her to ask. You know exactly what to do, and this is a great chance for you to take the heavy load off your shoulders, like a backpack with heavy stones. Because I can tell you right now, she probably has quite a bit of anxiety. She's probably worried and feel scared because things are unknown. Things are unknown, but you can face them better when you are in a better position. When you know that your bases are covered, you feel a lot more relaxed, and you can actually find peace with any difficult situation, right? At least you are in your home, and as long as you have the most important basic things and maybe a little bit extra, you know, we ladies need some skincare products, some makeup products, and all of this. Just because we are feminine, we still want to dress up and put a nice dress even in the worst of quarantine. So a little bit of extra is appreciated, but your main goal during the difficult time, your main goal is not something going overboard, but let you feel secure, relaxed, confident. It's gonna be basically your first experience when you're taking care of your future wife, and it's experience for both of you really, because she can connect with you during this difficult time, and if you're able to offer support and do it in a very loving, caring way, without asking direct questions, you know, without doubting her. If you could do these things, you will let your actions speak for you, and you will give her an idea and a feeling that indeed you are that kind of man, that she in the future may have to leave, and probably that is the plan, her native country to be with you. So there is nothing wrong with that. If you haven't had time to figure out what amounts you should be helping with, you need to consider that things in Ukraine are a lot different than things in US or England, or any other country in the West. Dollar goes a long way, and it should not be astronomical numbers just because it's not needed. If you are planning to marry this woman, and she's moving with you to your country, she doesn't need a new car, a renovation in her apartment, a lot of new, very expensive things, because it defeats the purpose. So what she needs is some comfort, basis basic needs covered, and a little bit extra. I would agree that a little bit extra is really sweet, and you will show her that a little pampering is included in the package. So that's basically it. It really depends how you have been supporting her before and what condition she is in. Was she working before? Did she lose her job? Is she an entrepreneur? Is she working online? Is she doing really well? Is she not doing well at all? Is she taking care of young children? How is your health condition? What is your level of income? I do not recommend to send so much money that you cannot even buy yourself a plane ticket. I actually have a story of that. I also do not recommend to send money too frequently, for very different needs. You know, when a woman tells you that, you know, she wants something very special, and then she has medical emergency, and then her roof is falling apart, and then something else, I see that as a pattern, and it doesn't seem very genuine. We will dedicate a video about that. We had discussed this into depth last night, along with many other topics. So for those of you who would like to rewatch it and the video, please check out Patreon page. It will show up there in a day or two. And by the way, for my Patreon members, I did find the password for the Zoom meeting, and I posted. Or have I not posted? Oh my God, can I remember? You will see the screenshot on Patreon page. I'll make sure I post it in a few minutes, so you can access Zoom meeting from the last week. Yes, there was a password that I hadn't seen, so hopefully it will fix this. We are having every other week, we have calls and we discuss all kinds of situations. So if you have a situation that you'd like to discuss, you may consider joining the Patreon. You can write an email, you can comment under the video, maybe it will inspire another video. And I'm very grateful for all of you. I do feel today the 3 hours of yesterday live video, you really pour your heart out. It is a beautiful energy exchange, but positive emotions exhaust you as well as negative, even though it's a good kind of tired. So thank you so very much for joining last night. We're gonna have another live on YouTube on Friday, coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You are more than welcome to share ideas for discussion in the comments below. It's always welcome. And I have a little bit update for for some little rewards and surprises I have for my extreme super chatters, people who donate during the stream to support the cause. So I will share about that on Friday. I hope that I gave you a general idea in this video how extremely important it is to be there, to show up, to support, to not ask your lady to not ask her questions whether she needs support. It's pretty obvious, so unless you are Bill Gates or Sarah Blakely or some other very wealthy person, you probably could use support. And even if she is doing well, showing some extra care during this time gonna go a long way. Subconsciously, people who support us during vulnerable time, they are embedded in our hearts and in our minds, especially when you, of course, helping those people who really value you, who appreciate you, and who are genuine. I do not advise you to once again just go away and be foolish. If you have any more questions, please put them under the video. I will make part 2 and mention the cases where you should reconsider financial support and even being in touch, because you're simply wasting your time. This video is about genuine women, women who are nurturing, who are connected with you, and who deeply care for you and looking forward to share their life with you. This is for those international couples that are having a very hard time during the coronavirus, because all their plans are shattered and they have delays with their immigration process. And it is a very vulnerable time. You may have your first disagreements, you may have your first arguments, and we're gonna talk about this. It is a trying time, and however you manage manage this difficult time will give you the best message on what kind of husband you're going to be, what kind of supporter and leader you're going to be. So keep your cool, open your heart, but at the same time, don't forget about common sense and about logic. they are still important. They are not canceled. If you have doubts, questions, if you feel uncertain, if you consider that you may have been supporting the wrong person, if something is wrong, please don't doubt to connect with me via my email consultveronika@gmail.com and share your situation. I do offer private paid consultations, but I also if I see that your email is very relevant in your story and you need an advice, I may consider making a general video with basically giving you guidance, and you can access it here on YouTube. I may also consider, if you are a Patreon member, you can hop on the Zoom meetings every other Wednesday and we can shed some light on your situation. Don't be afraid to make research before you jump into something that doesn't seem right. Your gut feeling is very strong. Gut. As women, we call it intuition. Men mostly call it gut feeling. So I hope that you can support your lady during these times. I hope that you are there and you feel it's the most natural thing to do. It is a very important time to show that she is special for you. This is the way you claim her. I will make a special video as well on claiming. A lot of people yesterday misunderstood the term claiming, but claiming Ukrainian woman, Slavic woman, feminine woman is very important. It's a very important process, and one of the ways you claim her, you support her during the crisis. Once again, one of the ways you claim her as yours, you support her during the crisis. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.